In this lecture, we are going to learn about ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook of Angular. This ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook, it is the third lifecycle hook of Angular which gets called after ngOnChanges and ngOnInit. And ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook, it is very easy to understand. Basically, the Angular invokes ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook during every change detection cycle. So this hook is invoked even if there is no change in input bound properties. For example, the ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook will run if you clicked a button on the web page which does not do anything. But still, since it is an event, when you have clicked on the button, the click event has happened. And since the click event has happened, the change detection cycle will run. And since the change detection cycle will run, it will call the ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook. Okay. Angular invokes ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook after ngOnChanges and ngOnInit hook. And we will see this with an example. Now you can use this hook to implement a custom change detection whenever Angular fails to detect any change made to your input bound properties. So let's say in your component you have an input bound property, that is the property decorated with addInput decorator, and for some reason whenever the value of that input property changes, Angular's change detection cycle is unable to detect that change. In that case, you can write your custom change detection inside this ngDoCheck hook. And ngDoCheck hook is also a great place to use when you want to execute some code on every change detection cycle. So let's say you want to write some logic which should be executed whenever a change detection cycle runs. So that logic you can write inside ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook, because as we learned, the ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook will be called for every change detection cycle. Whenever Angular will run a change detection cycle, it will call the ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook. It does not matter if anything has changed in the component or not. Since the change detection cycle has run, if you have written this ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook in your component, that ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook will be called. Let's try to understand ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook with an example. So here we have code from our previous example. Earlier, this message property was of type string. In the previous lecture, we make it as string array. So I'm going to change it back to string. And since I have changed it back to string, in the app component.html, we are assigning this message property with input val. Now this input val is again of type string array. So if I go to app component.ts, you will notice that it is of type string array. So from here also, I will change it back to string. And instead of assigning an array to it, I will simply assign empty string here. And now, since this input val is of type string, we cannot use this push method here. So I'll remove this push method. And what we want is, we want to assign this input val property with the value which the user has inputted inside the input element. Okay. Let's also go to demo component.html. Let's remove this ng-for from there. And again, here, let's simply display the value stored in message property. With this, if we save the changes and if we go to the web page, it should look something like this. So if I go ahead and if I type something here, let's say hello, and if I click on the submit button, you will notice that hello has been displayed here. So this hello has been assigned to the message property. All right, now let's go back and let's go to demo component.ts. There we have our demo component class. In this class, after this ngOnInit, I'm also going to add ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook. And this ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook, it is provided by doCheck interface. And in order to use this doCheck interface, we need to import it from Angular/Go. And let's go ahead and let's write a console.log statement inside this ngDoCheck. And here let's say ngDoCheck called. Let's save the changes and let's go back to the web page. Let me open developer console here. So you will notice that the demo component constructor has been called. After that, ngOnChanges hook has been called. After that, ngOnInit hook has been called. And then only ngDoCheck hook has been called. So this ngDoCheck hook, it gets called after ngOnChanges and ngOnInit. Now, currently, the message property, which is the input bound property in this case. So you will notice that this message property, it is decorated with addInput decorator. So it is input bound property. Okay, so if I go back to the web page and if I type something here inside this text box, let's say hello, and if I click on this submit button, this hello will be assigned to that message property. So when that happens, let me actually click on this submit button. So when that has happened, a change detection cycle has run. And since the input property has changed, the message property is input property, so its value has changed. Because of that, you will see that ngOnChanges hook has been called and also ngDoCheck hook has been called. Now this ngOnChanges hook has been called because the input property of demo component has changed. But this ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook has been called because a change detection cycle has run. Okay, so since the input property changed, the change detection cycle will run. And since the change detection cycle has run, this ngDoCheck hook has been called. Now, if I go ahead and if I click on this submit button again without changing this value, so the same value will be assigned to the message property. So the value stored in the message property will not change. Because of that, let me click on this submit button. So because of that, you will notice that ngOnChanges has not been called because the input properties value has not changed. And since its value has not changed, the ngOnChanges has not been called. But you will notice that ngDoCheck has been called. Why is that? That's because when we clicked on this submit button, the click event happened. And when the click event has happened, Angular will run a change detection cycle just to verify if something has changed or not. And since the change detection cycle has run, this ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook has been called. So this is as simple as that. ngDoCheck Lifecycle hook will be called every time the change detection cycle runs. Let me actually show you that with another example. So let's go back to VS Code. And what I will do is I'll go to appcomponent.html, and there on this input element, I will also add the focus event. So here I'm going to bind focus event. And when this focus event happens, I don't want to do anything. So inside these double quotes, I will simply pass 0. Okay. But whenever this focus event will now happen, the change detection cycle will run. So let me save the changes. Let's go back to the web page. Okay. So for the first time, when the component was created, the ngOnChanges hook called, ngOnInit hook called, and ngDoCheck hook has been called. Now, when I click on this text box, you will notice that ngDoCheck hook has been called again. Why? Because the focus event happened, and because of that, Angular run the change detection cycle. And when the change detection cycle has run, this ngDoCheck has been called. If I click outside, and if I click inside this again the focus event will happen, and again the ngDoCheck hook has been called. So I hope with these examples, now you understand the use of ngDoCheck and when it gets called. And since this ngDoCheck lifecycle hook gets called for every change detection cycle, if you want to execute some logic whenever the change detection cycle runs, you can write it inside this ngDoCheck lifecycle hook. Alright, so this is all from this lecture. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.